Good
Good
morning.
morning, good morning, good morning, Miss D. How you doing?
I am doing very well, and how are you?
Oh, absolutely perfect. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay, I live here in Florida, right?
Right?
This whole week it's been up in the 80s, 80s, 80s. I get out of bed this morning to go let the chickens out. It is 45 degrees this morning.
Oh, wow.
Where did that come from? Where'd that
Mm.
come from? Good morning, chat. How you guys doing today? Man, oh man, it's another wonderful day in Florida. Sun is shining, birds are quacking. Oh, the dogs are barking, all that good stuff. So, how are you doing this morning?
I am doing really, really well. I just found out that my lawn service price just jumped up 20 bucks. I was not happy.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Get the hubby a riding lawnmower.
Yeah, I could, but then, then he'd be on that all day long.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. So, how's the temperature up there where you guys are at?
It is currently, let me take a peek. It is currently 48 degrees. So we're warming
Oh,
up. Yeah.
I don't, let's see, let's go see what it is right now. I know it was 45 this morning when I got up. I know it's got to be warming up. Oh, wow. It's warmed up to 49 right now. This is Florida, guys. Jesus criminy. It's chilly. It's chilly.
Right.
Anyway,
Yeah, but we had 2 sirens go off yesterday due to the weather. So we were on standby and we had our phones on, alerts if anything happened in our area. One of the tornadoes that touched down was within 5 miles of our house, which was kinda scary, and we had already loaded up the cars with stuff in case we needed to vacate.
oh, Mr. Rob Pate come rolling in. It's spring break cruise. Okay. Always kick off with rain and cold weather. Right on, right on. Thank you, Mr. Rob Pate. Uh, why don't you explain to everybody what you meant by sirens? Because not a lot of us live in those kind of areas.
Well, if there is severe weather, if there is a tornado that touches down, there's a siren, and it will whine and scream and tell you to get that when you hear that, you need to get to a safe place. And so we were just listening and watching and waiting for the next alert. So it happened twice and I was ready to pack up the whole house and go.
So the sirens, those are warning for tornadoes in the area.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, okay.
So,
Well, I think it's about time we get to some good mornings. What you think?
absolutely.
We got a lot. We got 128 people in here hanging out right now. We ain't been going, but what 6 minutes? I think. I mean, come on, everybody's coming in to see what's happening. We got Miss Joan in the house. Good morning, Linda in the house. Jim, Dr. Oh, there's Daisy Jane. How you doing, Nancy? Oh, Miss Kelly, go for it, girly girl.
And DR, good morning, DR, Lane's wife. Oh, Mama Coop. Good morning, SMN, Johnny D, Nancy. Hey, Joan Hageman, how are you? Lisa Rats, good morning. Let's see, there was, I do believe, good morning, Mark.
Now,
Good.
Kiko was here first thing in the
Yeah,
morning before
yeah.
we even started. I logged in at like 8:30 this morning and he was already said hi. And there was one other person, and I can't remember who they were, and I can't go back and look. Maybe I can, but there was one other person that was actually the very first person this morning. Who was it? Yep, it won't let me go back that
Yeah.
far.
And
Wow.
there's Jim's in here. Good morning, Jim. Kelly. Let's see, Colleen, good morning.
Ozzy Lee, how you doing? How you doing? Or Ozzy Leah. Ooh, that's a sexy name. Yeah. Miss Tammy, how you doing? Torhild, what's up, my girl? What's up? Laura in the house. Sarasota Beach Bum, what you doing there, brother? What you doing? Oh yeah, I saw Sarasota over on Jay's chat. Jay's doing a new stream over there. He's got a new trial, the Carly B
Yeah.
trial.
Mhm.
I don't know who that lady is. I guess she's a singer from what they said. Well, from what Sarasota said.
Yeah,
Uh,
Cardi B, yeah.
Laugh Navy. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, Miss Brenda, there's my sweetie, Mama Coop, DR. You done said good morning. Now I'm running over the ones. Oh, Michael, good morning. How you doing?
Yeah. Laugh Navy. Let's see. Denise, good morning. So, yeah, there's a lot of people in here this morning.
Right. Bugs
Nice.
Place, how you doing? How you doing? Now, you know Bugs Place is an actual content creator, right?
Yes, 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 yes.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of stuff they post over on Facebook. They got some
Hmm.
funny stuff. I like it. I like it a lot.
Hey, good morning, Brenda. Terry.
Oh, okay. Hold on a minute. Randy, I am so sorry. They were talking about you in the chat yesterday. Uh, nope, not going there, my brother. Nope. This is drama free channel. We're having fun. But anyway, Randy was having something done with his heart yesterday, and uh, I missed it. So I hope everything turned out okay with that. Coop, yes, please. Nope. Okay. Morning, Jim. Nope. Sarasota. All right. So we're going to be talking about the Lynette girl today.
Mm,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We're going to be talking about her stuff that she had going on with testifying in the CPO files or the CPO up in Ohio.
yep. That's interesting.
Now, did you
Uh,
get a chance to watch that one?
yes, I did. Yes, yes, I did. Yes.
Morning, CK. How you doing? How you doing? All right. All right. All right.
Good morning, Sea Girl.
See, girl, good morning. All righty, hold on just 1 second, D. You go ahead and chit chat with the guests there if you want to for a second.
Well, Randy, I'm glad that everything is good and you got good news. I'm really happy about that. Good morning, Toby. Yeah, that did. How many of you watched Element OP's testimony on Jeremy's channel? Did everybody watch that? Did everybody watch it? I hope you did. What did you guys think about that? Good morning, Bonnie.
Right on, right on, right on. Green
Yeah.
Flamingo, good morning. How you doing, girly girl? Jim, good morning. How you doing? Bonnie, good morning. Joan, good morning. Nancy, good morning, good morning, good morning. Rickles, how you doing?
Hey,
Good morning.
Rickles.
You got any juicies for us? You got any juicies for us, Rickles? Oh, there's Christy. How you doing,
Hey,
Christy? Good morning. What?
hey, Simba. Simba's here too. Yeah,
Simba.
yeah.
I hope everybody's staying warm because obviously, if it's getting cold in Florida, it's got to be hitting cold stuff up north.
Oh, yeah, I just it's chilly, and, I think tonight we're supposed to be, like, in the 20s, so yeah,
Right on. Here comes Susie. Oh, I forgot about that. Keeping it green. Happy St. Patty's Day. Happy St. Patty's Day, everybody.
absolutely.
Let's see. Do we have an overlay for that? We might. We might since it's St. Patty's Day.
Oh,
Uh
yeah, Rob, I think the transcript is gonna be very, very interesting. I really do. It's going to
the
reveal a lot more than what was revealed, if that makes sense.
the transcript
Yeah,
for
the for the Ohio CPO.
Oh, yes, most definitely, most
Yeah.
definitely. Now I did see somebody's chat. Somebody posted a screenshot of a chat from Lisa's thing saying that the same thing from I guess transcripts from another court. I don't think there's ever been any transcripts from court released, has there? I
I
know there
do
was
not.
depositions, but I don't
Yeah,
think there was transcripts from actual court released. I don't think that
no.
anybody covered, did they?
The only transcript that I'm aware of was something that Tug put out, I think, and it was for the show cause hearing when Randy was sanctioned and BBB didn't show. I think that's the only thing I've seen. I don't think I've seen anything else. So, good morning,
Yeah, I
Buffalo
don't know.
Man.
Somebody had made a comment that the transcripts from some file had proved that Jeremy was not saying what was going on, and I'm like, I don't know of any transcripts from any courts
Mm-mm,
that's been released.
mm-mm, not yet. Not to my knowledge,
right?
I haven't seen any, so and if anybody's gonna have them, that would be Jeremy, and he definitely hasn't put anything out.
So I don't know what they were talking about in Fleece's chat, but in order for somebody to say that, I don't know. But then again, they'd lie about stuff over there all the time, so I
Well
wouldn't put it past them.
well, yeah, Nancy in Ohio, that was the puppet show, that was the first set. So, if it's anything that's recent, nothing recent has come out as far as transcripts. Old stuff, yes.
Jan said, "I
Yes.
can't wait for the transcripts to come out." Yeah.
Mhm.
Me personally, I don't think I'm gonna ask for a copy of them. Tug and Megan will probably read over them,
Yeah.
but I don't think I'm gonna ask for a copy. I don't know.
R Rickles
Oh,
Rickles put a link in the chat.
yes, I got it. I got it.
Okay,
He
okay.
says, is missing the link in the chat volume. I got it. I found it. I don't know what you're saying about volume. Are you saying I have to turn it down a little bit when I play it, or? But yeah, I do have it. I have it pulled up right here. I think I'm going to play it right now.
Okay.
While everybody's still saying good morning and everybody's chit chatting a little bit, we'll play it that way. I don't forget it again.
Alright.
And then we'll move on to whatever we're going to cover today, which is going to be Jeremy and George's video discussing Lynette Preston's testimony in the Ohio protection order case. All right. All right. So sit back, boys and girls. I'm going to pull this up and we're going to play this. I know that the lawnmower and stuff has got you on edge.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's absolutely insane. I mean, I think I was telling you while we were waiting to go live, just a lot down here, quarter acre lot in Florida. It's 50, 75, and it depends on what they do. It could even go up higher if you have them do other stuff.
Right.
All right, let's pull this up on screen. Kabam. There we go. Now this should play. It should play. All right, guys and gals, if you don't mind, please sit back, relax, and give this a listen. This is Rickles' latest hit.
Ladies and gentlemen, the investigation is complete. We examined the evidence carefully, then ignored it professionally. Because as the saying goes, my mind is made up. Don't confuse me with facts. You bring a folder thick with proof, dates and witnesses, ironclad truth. You highlight lines, connect the dots, but that's not how conclusions are bought. You see, I formed my view last week after scrolling through a viral tweet, and though your timeline looks intact, my mind is made up. Don't confuse me with facts. Now listen close, here's how it's done. I demand proof from everyone, but if the evidence points my way, suddenly proof has gone astray. You need receipts, a chain of file, 3 witnesses and a data pile, but I just need a confident act, because my mind's made up. Don't confuse me with facts. Disagrees with my refrain, but when the spotlight turns my way, the rules politely fade away. Charts appear, the numbers stack, but logic's just a sneak attack. While let reality distract, my mind is made up. Don't confuse me with facts. If truth agrees with what I said, we crown it proof and move ahead. If truth suggests I might be wrong, then clearly something's gone along. Bias, fraud, corruption, tricks, anything but basic logic, cause consistency's a risky pact when your mind is made up before the facts. Evidence enters calm and polite, but our rate shouts it out of sight. Receipts appear, we wave them back. Those are suspicious kinds of facts. So bring your timelines, bring your charts, bring your evidence, bring your parts, but don't expect a change of act, because the motto's carved in stone tonight. My mind is made up. Don't confuse me with facts. Don't confuse me with facts. Don't confuse me with facts.
If you like this content, then kindly hit like, subscribe, and share. Caesar commands it.
All right. Rickles did another fantastic bang-up job with that, boys and girls. What you think, D? What you think?
Yeah, he did. I really like his work.
He did a fantastic job, I think, anyway.
Yeah.
Where did
Yeah, he did.
my thing go? There we go. All right. Where? Let it get caught up. Okay, there we go. Yeah, he did a bang up job. Susie come rolling in hot with a $4 super chat. What you got to say, my girl? Having trouble typing so good. Morning to all of chat. Just blurry vision. All good. Thank you, Susie. I hope you get to seeing a little bit better this morning. And then Carol Welsh come in right behind her. Good morning, Coop and D. Good morning, Carol.
Good morning, Carol.
All right. There's Miss Becky in the house. How you doing, Becky? Good morning. Now, you know, Becky, she's one of our in real life friends. She lives just not too far from us. She's a sweetheart.
That's nice. That's good to see her in chat to show support. That's really good.
Yeah, she's a teacher for autistic children.
Oh, wow.
Which is, a very good thing for her, because her two children are autistic. So, she knows how to interact with these children. So it's really good. Her kids are awesome, though. Her awesome kids. Crystal, good morning. Morning, Nancy, Becky says. All right. Seek Girl, JH can't write down everything that all the witnesses say and will come out in transcript. Right on, Seek Girl. Yeah, they can't write down every single word, but they try their best.
Right. It's pulling out the important things. Yeah.
Okay. Coop, DSpills the T, what do you think about the latest paint chips motion? To be honest with you, Tammy, I haven't even downloaded it yet. I've got it over sitting in Discord. I have not downloaded it. I have not even read it. I caught a little bit of it last night on Shizzy's. Shizzy says it's boring and unentertaining, and it's just full of him trying to, I guess, stroke himself over his own words. Talking about paint chips, not Shizzy.
Right. Yeah, and I read part of it. I didn't read all of it. I was like, what is he doing? Seriously.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
Right.
Why is he doing this? Is he testing the waters to see if he'll be able to get away with emailing the court without getting in trouble?
Right.
So I don't know.
Hereinafter, good morning, she says to all. Good morning.
Good morning. Oh, look, it's a JJ Bean raid. Yay.
JJ Bean. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Glad to have you. Pull up a seat and relax. We're going to be playing Lynette's video here shortly. Right now, D and I are just talking over what's going on. Hey, Venom, what's going on, Coop? He showed the document on Stupid Dave's over a week ago. Oh, so you're saying that Paint Chips showed his motion before he even released it to the court? Is that what she's saying, D?
I guess.
I don't watch.
Yeah. I don't either.
I don't watch Miltos, so I didn't even know he was on with Miltos. Okay. Oh, Jen Thunder. Good morning, Coop and DSpills the T. Good morning, Jen. How you doing? All right, let's get caught up. All right, here we go. Here now, everybody's saying good morning. Everybody, see, whenever JP.
Yeah, Venom said, "Yep, that's what it is." Paint Chip showed that document over on Stupid Dave's. Before. Yeah.
Yeah, I know Shizzy was going over it last night, and I also think Shizzy was going over the email chain talking about that a little bit. I don't know much about the email chain. All I know is it was an email that Randy supposedly sent to Paint Chips, and then when Paint Chips went to resend back to Andy or Randy, he like carbon copied or added a bunch of people to it, something like that. And the judge and then a whole bunch of other people.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I don't know much about the email chain, but I know Tug was talking about it here the other day, I think.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Something to bark about. Oh, I watched her live yesterday with her puppies. Oh my goodness. Those little crumb grabbers are just sweet as can be looking. Have you seen any of her videos?
Yes, I have, and those babies are just adorable. Those puppies are just too cute.
Kelly, good morning. DSpills our D and MrCoop. Hello, mods and chat. JJH Raid. Thank you guys for coming in and hanging out with us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, Paint Chips is predictable. Yeah. I don't understand if it's been dismissed like everybody says it has. Why is he filing a motion?
Good question. Very good question. And that's true, Dragon's Gravy. If the judge doesn't admonish him and give him sanctions, he will continue. Yes. Like I said, I think it's pushing the envelope just to see how far he can take things before that happens. I don't know. It's crazy.
Well, we know Belitho, he can take control of his court anytime he wants to. Like you said, admonishing them and slapping sanctions on them will stop a lot of this madness. Why he doesn't, I don't know. I don't have a clue. People be sure to send super chats to no in memory of Tug and Megan's channel since the fleas had them deplatformed. Oh, that's funny, Venom. That's funny. Thanks a lot, girly girl. That's hilarious. Badger John, good morning. Dr. Tomos or Dr. Tomos. Okay, good morning. Badger John, how you doing? How you doing? Anyway, so what are your thoughts on it, D?
On which part?
Paint Chips.
Oh, really? I he's there just to throw dirt in there, just to stir it up, just to cause a problem and to prolong a lot of stuff. So d- it doesn't make any difference what he does, what he files. It's to me, I think it's going to fall on deaf ears anyway.
Mama
That's
Palmers, good morning. How you doing, girly girl? Oh, I'm sorry I cut you off there.
no, you're fine. No, you're fine.
Uh, Dr. To Most, good to see you. Is there somebody called Doctor
No,
to Most?
I think it's just DR to most.
Oh, DR. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't understand it. All right. Okay. Well, we can pull up his motion if they want us to look at it. It's up to you, D. I really don't care to.
I'm quite sure when you read it, I'm like I said, I didn't get that far in it because I'm like, what is he trying to do? Is he trying to he's pushing the envelope. And from everything that he's filed, everybody sees a pattern, and it's just to poke the bear,
Gotcha.
so to speak.
Gotcha.
That's all he's doing. He's just seeing how far he can push it. So it's crazy.
For you not to give to Mug, haha. We miss miss them. Hope they are doing all well. Yes, I think she was having power problems last night. That's
Yeah.
that's the reason they were down.
Yeah, the
And it
Venom
was.
has I'm sorry.
Huh?
Venom
Go
Venom
ahead.
has a good point. She says, "Why give his BS more gas?"
Exactly. I
Mhm,
mean, it doesn't even make sense why he even filed it.
mhm.
So he, to me, it's like he's just trying to. He wants his own words, out there for everybody to read. That's what he's wanting. He's not really gives a shit about the reasons. I don't know. Anyway. Oh, and then we got DR coming in rolling hot because Venom said so. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much, Susie and DR. Much appreciated. Why give him BS more gas? Exactly. So that's what you read a while ago.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Um, if I get bored one day, I might pull it up and read it. I don't know. Mama Bear Leah. Hi, everyone. I'm going to lurk. Migraine coming on. I'm losing my funny self. Well, hey, you just relax, lurk all you want, girly girl. I hope your headache doesn't hit. I hope it goes away. I sure do. Boy, while you're talking, D, I'm going to go and get this set up behind the scenes.
Okay.
So you have fun.
All right. Yeah, here and after, it's the same thing over and over again. It's very repetitive. And it's a shame that, he's wasting time and energy to file something that isn't going to, nothing's going to happen with it. Yeah. So, yeah, feel better, Mama Bear Leah. Maybe make a
Most
comedy out of
definitely.
his motion. Maybe make a comedy out of his motion, a puppet play for losing paint chips.
Okay, which one was it? Her lawyer threw them under the bus. That was the one right
Yeah.
there.
Oh, Volusia, she posted a couple hours ago that she still has no power and have used up all their firewood. Oh, wow. And that's Megan, Volusia?
I would say so. Because I
Yeah.
know she said last night that their power was spotty, real
Yeah.
spotty. Oh, Sharon, good morning. Paint Chips likes it over and over again, right? I just don't understand the guy. Well, he was brought in to do exactly what he's doing. Just create havoc and file nonsense just to get it thrown out. And guess what?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it kind of worked. I watch so you don't have to. How you doing, girly girl? How you doing?
Good morning, Ginger Gem. Good morning, Ginger Gem.
Well,
Oh,
I guess everybody's
yeah.
slowly coming in from Jay. I don't
Hey,
know.
GCon7, good morning. Hello.
There is
Oh,
a
Nanny, you don't like snow? You don't like the white stuff when it just first falls and it's so pretty? You don't like that? I think it's pretty to look at, but I don't like to shovel it.
right. Where was I going with this? I done forgot now.
I
That's
think you
good.
were
Oh, I
gonna
was going right here. Yeah.
pull it up. Good morning, Bingo.
Oh, somebody's. What's going on down there, Daisy Daisy? What you doing? Oh, Dan Davis. Good morning. How you doing, my friend? How you doing? Bingo. Good morning. How you doing? How you doing, girly girl? I remembered. I remembered. Oh, who else? Who else? All right, there we go. Angel Baby, how you doing? Is that Angel Baby? Yeah.
Angel baby, yes. Good
Good
morning.
morning. Oh, and who else we got? I was watching Afro Man. Interesting case. Oh, do tell, do tell. Is there? Oh, that must have been what popped up on my stream the other day. I guess he's in a lawsuit or something.
Something like that.
Oh wow,
Hey,
that's odd.
screenshot this and happy St. Patrick's Day to you too.
Oh, wow. Sharon says it's snowing. Well, I got to remember, when I was up north, March was still winter when I was up in Missouri for
Mm-hmm.
all those years. It was still winter in March time. So I don't, I guess since I've been back in Florida, I'm getting my weather clock is all screwed up. Down here in March, it could be cold or it could be hot. I mean,
Yep.
all weekend when we were out running fishing, it was 88, 89 degrees. I mean,
Oh,
the
wow.
sun was beating down like crazy. Hey, Coop and D, I'm going to have to lurk today. Happy St. Patty's Day. Right back at you, screenshot this. You have a good one, my friend. Oh, Venomous agreed just to clog the court and have people read his ridiculous behavior. I think that's what I agree with you here, Nappy.
Yeah.
What you think, D?
Yeah. Yeah. True that. Absolutely. Yeah. I watched So You Don't Have to. She says, yes, police are suing him for defamation.
Oh,
So,
wow. He must have
yeah.
put out a song.
I'm
He
telling
must have put
you.
out a song that was bad for the police. As I mean, there was a rap artist that put out a song. It's been I can't remember when it came out. It was "F the Police." You remember that?
Yes.
It was played everywhere at the
Yeah.
time. I
Yes, it
mean,
was.
it was crazy. Oh, Rob Haight, breaking news, paint chip files, new BS, same old, same old. News breaking over since now. No news. No new news. Right on, brother. I hear you. I hear you. Thank you so much, Rob, for the $5 super chat, my friend. All right. Charlie Sugar, good morning. I don't see you, but I see DR saying good morning to you. So good morning. We're just gonna let people keep rolling
Right.
in here for a few minutes and then we'll pull up the stuff.
All right.
Oh, they hate his what lemon pound cake? Afro
They
Man made.
a whole album. Yeah.
Oh, wow. A whole album talking about police?
Yeah, Mama Bear Leah, it was NWA. Yeah, that did that song.
Oh, the F the police?
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
NWA. Yeah.
I've I've never been into rap, so I really don't know. Oh yeah, here's Mr. Kiko. It was NWA. Okay, I got you guys. So the police departments are literally suing singers now, huh?
Apparently.
Oh, Rob, what you got to say? Or Robin, what you got to say? I watch so you don't have to love your content, but don't have Facebook. Could you please copy the info on your YouTube channel? Oh, that's right. I watch so you don't have to. I forgot she literally has a YouTube channel. I don't know if she makes content or not, but I know that I've seen her on other channels as a guest. So yeah, she could probably put up a post and put her
Yeah, just
comment. Her
yeah, copy and
yeah,
paste just take and just put it on her, community page on her
right.
YouTube channel, so that way it's right there.
That's an awesome idea.
Mhm.
That's an awesome idea. Cool beans, cool beans. Johnny D, good morning. Marianne Fields, good morning. I'm glad to see you're feeling better, Marianne. I sure am. I sure am. Oh, let's see. Let's see. Mama Palmer's Archer Homestead. Morning, Marianne says. All right. All right. Ate his lemon pound cake. They did. Okay. And he said he was missing $400. Okay. All right. All right. All right. I think we're going to go ahead and pull this up. What you think, girly girl?
Sounds like a
Get
plan.
get the road on the show
That's
or the
right.
show on the road. All right. So we got this. We're going to hit that button and we're going to hit this button. We're going to go to this tab. We're going to hit not that one, not that one. We're going to hit that one. Then we're going to share this puppy up on the screen. Kabamalam. And then I'm going to take this down. And let's see here. I think I can full screen it. Ah, dang it. Why are you doing that?
What you doing over there, Coop? You pushing buttons?
What in the world? I lost my video. There it is. How did
I
that happen? Ah. Oh, my. Buttons, buttons, and more buttons. Things, buttons today. I'm sorry for cutting you off. What were you saying, dear?
No, I just said that you were over there pushing buttons. Be careful. Don't end the stream.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, what it is I'm doing something new today. I have two monitors,
Right.
and each monitor has their own port on the back of my computer. So I'm trying to figure out if one of my monitors is what's causing my computer to crash. Maybe it's pulling too much juice from, because see, like on today on my left monitor, I have Restream pulled up and it's playing you and I. Okay. I'm seeing
Right.
you and I and everything. And it's got one more window open for my email. But the Restream part of it is actually sucking more juice, I guess you could say.
Right.
Well, then over on the other screen, I have less windows open, but I'm still playing stuff on there. So I want to see if maybe swapping screens is going to fix anything. I don't know. Maybe it should. All right. There's Jeremy and George right there. I'm going to end this and then I'm going to reshare it again because for some reason It's not wanting to come up the way I want it to come up. Go back. Go back. History. Get rid of this. Holy cow. You can have fun with the chat if you
Okay.
want, girly girl.
Good morning, French Psycho. Good morning, Mark P.
History.
Goodness. Yeah, I think this whole LMNOP one is really good. It's real good. She says a lot of things that maybe she shouldn't have said.
Right.
So it's like, oops, maybe I shouldn't have said that.
Okay, we'll try this one more time.
Oh.
See, what I'm fussing with over here with this thing is
Hey,
when
Sticky Widget. Sticky's in.
sticky widget. All right, let me get this and I'll go get his button real quick. Yeah, buddy.
It's raining men.
Hallelujah, it's raining men. Hey. All right. Welcome aboard, Sticky Widget. Welcome, my friend. I think that's the first button I've played today, isn't it?
Pretty much, yeah.
Pretty much.
Good
All
morning,
right,
Chucky.
now back to okay, there it is. All right. Now see, when I click the little arrows to go full screen. Okay, now it did it right.
Okay.
Okay. Usually what it does when you click the little arrow to go full screen, it only full screens within the window you're using. Well, sometimes it'll full screen on the whole screen.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
When it does the whole screen, then I can't get to my tabs at the top. So yeah, it's hooked up now. All right, you guys ready to dive into this? This is the Jeremy and George talking about Lynette's testimony in Ohio court protection order hearing. All right, we'll get called up. All right. Hey, guys and gals, before I forget about it, we've got 291 people watching. Could you please hit that like button? Teach old ScrewTube to send us out into the interwebs. Thank you so much, guys. Much appreciated. All right, you ready to go for this, D?
Absolutely.
Now, if something pops up, you just tell me pause.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Lynette is about to take the stand in Ohio court, and her lawyer throws the entire anti-WhatTheHales ecosystem under the bus. He literally states if the civil protection order is not granted, they will all stop threatening and harassing us. But if it is granted, it will continue to escalate in court to the judge. It was an intense day in court, wasn't it, George?
It was. It was intense as usual, as anticipated. However, the goal, at least their attorney, his goal was to be at a Skyline Chili, sitting down, eating by noon.
I knew. I crack a joke off the record with the entire court staff. I said, hey, it's on me. Let's all go to Skyline. We're all going. And so everybody laughs. And but after our attorney, Eli, has cross-examined Deuce, who self-incriminates himself, Tina Haley, who self-incriminates herself,
And her hubby.
Crook, who self-incriminates himself. Eli comes sit down next to me and he says, we are filing perjury charges. We are filing criminal charges against these idiots tomorrow morning. I have never seen such lies in court in all of my life. Except he forgot. Lynette's being called for witness next. And the lies keep coming. Wow.
But I feel like he knew it was coming, so it wasn't premature on his end. He saw it coming because they have no credibility and they've lied and contradicted themselves in court numerous times in the past.
So much. So their lawyer, after a full morning of court already, and literally is at a point of just giving up. He has found himself in a situation. He was manipulated. He was lied to about. He knew none of the facts. And he's at a point of, listen.
Okay, D. Tell him. Talk about it, girl. What you got on your mind?
Well, the perjury charges for lying, that's not a good look for their case. So for when that happens, that's just going to add more credence to to them not being credible witnesses for their own case. So that's going to be interesting to see how that comes down the pipeline, because that'll filter down after the magistrate judge makes her decision on this. But I would it, it's just crazy. Why would you get back up on the stand and lie again about everything when you know that you can be held in contempt of court and be held liable and have perjury charges? So that's just crazy. That's just crazy.
Mercedes, good morning. She's sneaky. I can't see her in my chat, so she has to go over to Rumble,
Yeah,
and then I can see her comment.
yeah, I see her. I see Mercedes.
The only bad thing is you and I can see her, but the chat can't see her.
So,
Anyway, I do have a question for you though, D.
mhm.
Lisa's been spouting off that the only people that can file perjury charges is the district attorney. I don't think
Mm,
Eli would say he's going to file charges if he couldn't do it, would he?
he can, because they can use they can use her previous testimony to impeach her while she's on the stand, and that can lead to perjury charges too and contempt. That's my understanding. I could be wrong.
Mark's got something to say. Hi, I might have missed something, but doesn't Lynette have a deposition in Tallahassee? I hope I spelt that correctly today, or has it been canceled?
I know.
I don't know that she has a deposition today, Mark.
No, I didn't see anything. Nobody's posted anything on what
Well,
was.
especially in Tallahassee, because she's in bankruptcy court right now, and I think that's where's that going out of? Do you remember, D? Is that
Bank
going out of
it
Tallahassee?
That's the Northern District, so if that's whatever the Northern District of Florida is that covers the bankruptcy, I'm not sure. I don't know if that's Tallahassee or if that's
No,
Gainesville.
the Northern District it's Gainesville, Tallahassee, Levy County. It's that area up in there is
Okay.
what they call it, because the bankruptcy's federal, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So you got Bolitho, the magistrate for Fed 1 and Fed 2. It's the hearing is based out of Gainesville, but he's actually in Pensacola. The bankruptcy, I don't know what town that it's taking place in. The Northern District, I'm going to assume it's Gainesville. I'm not 100% sure on that.
Right.
But I'm sorry, Mark. I don't know. I've not heard of a
No,
deposition for her right now.
neither have I. Nobody has said anything. So, oh, the bankruptcy court is going to hold a deposition regarding LMNOP. Yes, but I haven't seen anything been mentioned or posted in reference to that depot.
Right. I haven't either. I'll go check with one of my friends later and see if
Yeah.
they've seen anything on the docket about it. Me personally, I haven't seen anything, but that doesn't mean that it's not out there. It could be.
Right?
She was supposed to be deposed for bankruptcy, Nancy says. I know she's supposed to have a deposition, but if I remember correctly, Jeremy had mentioned that Fleesa would be first.
Yeah,
And
that's
then Lynette.
then LMNOP, right? So I don't know.
But the dates, I really don't know the dates right now. I really don't. Bridget, good morning. How you doing, girly girl? Chucky, French Psycho, Windows not utilized RAM very well. Oh, y'all wondering when my computer is going to go bonkers on me again. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
I didn't get to the button fast enough. French Psycho Coop needs to spend a day and reformat the PC. I think might be a step to fixing it. Yeah, I know. I dread that. Okay. You know what he means by reformatting, right?
Yep.
That means it just goes back to factory, and then I got to reload everything back on here.
That's a headache.
Yeah. And see, some of the programs I have, like say for instance, Word, Microsoft Word. Well, you buy it and you can only put it on one computer. So if I reformat my computer, can I put it back on here?
You should be able to if you have the key code to type in your key code.
Well, then what's to say, say for instance, I put it over on mama's computer. It won't let me do that, right?
No, it won't.
But it'll let me keep it on this one, even though I
Yes.
reformat? Okay.
Yes, because
right.
everything stays the same with your computer. It's only if you go to put it on a different computer.
Oh, I got you. I got you. Wow, we got 302 fabulous souls hanging out, seeing what we got to say today. So, guys and gals, please do me a favor, hit that like button if you don't mind. Teach old ScrewTube to send us out into the interwebs. All right, I saw somebody, Crystal. I think bankruptcy is around 20th of March, here or there. Next
Okay.
court date. I don't know if there's any court dates that's came out for the depositions or not. So we will definitely be keeping our eye out.
Yeah.
Oh, Mercedes. I did a what'd she say? I did a that yesterday in Jan. Oh, in my chat. Oh, wasn't playing. Okay. Talking to Jen and stuff. All right. I think April 2nd, there is something scheduled for bankruptcy, Sharon says. I don't know. Before you take that step, okay, what is he, Sticky Widget? Before you take that step, you need to make sure it's not memory or CPU issues. I'm leaning towards power supply overheating or CPU overheating. I think that's what it's. I think that's the stuff that I found on the Google machine. Sorry, D.
No, you're fine. No, you're fine. So that whole thing with perjury charges, as I stated, that's going to be interesting to see how that comes into play because she contradicted her previous statements with what she said recently.
Right.
So they can use that against her.
And Miss Tammy, I'm sorry.
And no, it doesn't have to be a prosecutor to bring perjury charges. The judge, the attorney can say, Your Honor, this witness has just perjured themselves on the stand. We have this that can refute it, and bada bing, bada boom. That's my understanding. I could be wrong. I could be very wrong on a lot of things. So, just going from what I've seen play out in court cases. So, yeah. Oh, I don't know if Cooper would take it to Best Buy Geek Squad before resetting. It would save him a headache. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Not sure.
Right on, right on.
Yeah.
Oh, what do we
Chucky.
got
Oh,
here?
Chucky, I've never done that before, but that's interesting you say that. That would be something he could do.
I think I'm going to listen to Tammy. I'm going to take it in because I don't know anything about computers anymore. So I've got so much good advice coming from the chat that I'm going to just, I think, take it into the Geek Squad. I keep forgetting about them and just let them look at it and see what's going on. Oh, Coop, I sent you the schedule for the bankruptcy. Okay. Thank you so much, Carol. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Now, what were you saying, D? Something about the...
Yeah, what Chucky was saying, that made sense about doing a clean install, then ghost an image, save it. It makes reinstall a lot faster. Oh, that is something to think about, but I've never done that. I'd be scared to do that. I'd be scared I would jack up my whole computer.
Right. I'm getting to the point to where when it comes to this stuff anymore, it makes me nervous messing with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Did we ever finish up the part about the perjury stuff?
I think we were heading in that direction. So
okay. Like Lisa, she says that Jeremy can't file perjury charges.
Well, no, but
only the DA can.
His attorney can.
All right.
Not Jeremy. Jeremy can't personally do it, but his attorney can. So
okay, cool. All right. You ready to play some more?
Absolutely.
All right, let's go.
This is out of control. Keep in mind, he's a criminal lawyer. He's not used to this civil stuff. This is not his forte. This is not what he's typically dealing with. Civil protection orders, violations, renewals. He's into some serious crime. Just so happens his clients are going to be facing criminal charges as well after this for perjury. And we see the first lie from Lynette as Justin calls her onto the stand through Zoom. What's your name? Of course, we already know it's going to be a lie, right? She goes, I like to go by Michelle. Not her name. It's Lynette. Not Michelle. That would be her daughter.
Her legal name.
Lynette.
Like, what part of just stating your legal name does she not understand? You want to be, you prefer to have, you have a preferred name? Fine, but stick with your legal name for the record.
She knew how old she was. Crook couldn't even figure that out. She's, I'm 63.
She's actually my mom's age. I recently put two and two together. They were both born in the same year.
But Lynette looks 40, 50 years older than she actually is.
She looks
Your
like
mom looks younger than she actually is.
Yeah.
Wow. And
I guess my mom doesn't chew on non-prescribed meds.
Okay. So she's asked by her attorney, who is examining. So she's under examination right now. So direct examination. Then she's going to be cross-examined by our attorney. Says, how long have you been in Otter Creek? How long have you lived there? Well, we lived there since 2021. Well, why don't you give the answer? You took better notes because I was just, man, the notes. Double page.
I've got a lot of notes.
Yeah, we got so many.
I have so many notes.
I went through this whole notepad and then had to flip it over and then start. I didn't have enough paper, and then I had to start using the backside of these pages. I mean, it was just insanity. So how about you run with it?
He went through the standard of, I'm going to go back a little bit. He went through the standard of, if I ask a bad question that you don't understand, don't speculate. Just ask me to reword it and I'll do my best. And so he goes into asking her basic questions. But I also want to highlight her appearance because she actually took the time to make herself look decent.
Actually did this time.
Yes. She came in, she was dressed professionally.
She did this whole bun thing that George likes. Even, see the hair over here? She mirrored George's hair completely.
Yeah, she did. And she was wearing like the tortoise green eyeshadow, and she was.
What you got to say, D?
All right, so can you fast forward that a little bit? Look at Jeremy.
I'll just hit it back a second.
There you go. Okay. I'm going to laugh now because of that. I'm sorry. Okay. So who was there first? Was Jeremy and George there first? Or was Element OP and Crook and Otter Creek first? So who was there first?
Do what now?
Who was in Otter Creek first? Jeremy and George or Element OP? Can anybody in the chat answer that? Who was there first?
I know who's there first.
Oh, so do I.
I'll let them answer. Yeah, I'll let them answer.
So,
but yeah, we know who is there first.
So if Jeremy and George were there first, then who followed who to Otter Creek?
Exactly.
So yeah, and didn't Crook also say that they were there 4.5 years versus Jeremy's been there 5 years?
Something like that. I know the year that Jeremy and George moved to Otter Creek, it was almost a full year later, if not a full year later, that Lynette and Crook moved there, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. I don't know.
Right. So that right there just totally throws the whole thing of Element OP and Crook out the window. Didn't she say that she had I don't know the exact words that she used, but there was a plan, or she had something cooking or something like that. I don't remember the exact words that she had used. Her that she had used, stating the reason why she was going to Otter Creek.
Right on. Yeah.
It had something to do with when she was watching the videos of Jeremy and George and going on their treasure hunts and buying the storage units and stuff like that.
Sharon says, "Who is George?"
Right. So,
Oh my goodness.
but that, that right there just blows out their whole Element OP's whole storyline out of the water when they know that they followed Jeremy and George there. That's
Oh,
the
it's been proven. I
yeah,
mean,
it just blows
so
it right
many
out.
times.
Yeah. Strategy, that's right. You guys are right. Strategy. She had a strategy. So
Oh
yeah.
yeah, she had a plan in her head to move
Mhm.
to Otter Creek and get Jeremy Hales to give her $65,000 so she could give it to Crook so Crook could leave. That
Right.
was her strategy. And then she turned around. I think there was another strategy, from what I understand, to where they wanted to sue Jeremy and hope he would settle out and give her enough money to where
Right.
she could get Crook gone.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, what do we got? William said here. LP said she was filing this property or property for following this property. I want to say he's saying
Following. Yes.
this property from 2018, but how did she know anything about the land?
Exactly.
I think she drove up there to Otter Creek to find out exactly where Jeremy lived. And then 2, she started looking at all the vacant property on Jeremy's street. And when she saw the one that she's got now, knowing that there was nobody living there, she started digging to find out who owned it and how she could buy it.
Right. But, if it's in a tax deed sale, you have to go get a list from, it depends on where you're at, what state you're in, what county you're in, whatever township, how they do the tax deed sales. You have to go and you have to request a copy of the tax deed sales. You just don't watch it online. It doesn't happen that way.
Right?
That's how a lot of flippers purchase homes. They go to tax deed sales,
Right.
and that's how they do it. So she wasn't watching it. She
See,
had a,
Tammy, that's the $1,000,000 question right there. I still don't understand why give up a house for a shed. That's a $1,000,000 question. Why would she give up her home and move somewhere knowing that she didn't have the money to completely build her house?
right. And why would you move away from doctors and specialists, and then now you're over 2 hours away from a specialist and a doctor? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? What kind of logic is that?
Well, Northport, that's down there around the retiree place. I mean, they have a lot of retirees down around that area. So they're going to have a whole lot of amenities that she's never going to see in Otter Creek.
Right.
Otter Creek's never going to have a hospital or an ER or anything. So I agree with you. Why would she move as she says, sickly child to an area like that? Because I think George mentioned it's like what, 3.5 hours to the nearest hospital.
Right. So it's interesting. So it's just
Wow.
crazy. You're right, Crystal. But had he known, if hindsight's always 2020. Had he known, he would have bought that property too to prevent people from being too close. But
Well, he probably, when they bought the property, their whole goal was to build a dream home there, and if I'm not mistaken, he was also going to build a huge warehouse.
mhm,
Okay, where they could do all of what they're doing, store their stuff, sell their stuff, everything out of that warehouse. But just so happens the schoolhouse popped up. So hey, he is already built. He didn't have to rebuild. You know what I
right,
mean?
right.
Oh, what's Seagirl got to say? Her daughter said it on a post that her mother followed him. Yeah, yeah, most
Exactly,
definitely.
exactly.
And if I'm not mistaken, so did the godmother. What was her name?
Oh, now you're gonna ask me that? I just had that right at the tip of my tongue, and it just went poof, just as quick as it was there.
Right.
Crap, I don't
I can't
remember.
remember the woman's name. I think it
Uh,
starts with a J.
Jamie.
Jamie. That's it. Oh, what do you got to say, Joe? She does everything to look like George, thinking somehow she's like her and has the same persona. Oh, uh, it's it's trying to what? Intimidate George or feeding her illness. Oh, she can't mirror
Yeah.
George. It's oh, okay.
Yeah, she's, trying to
Right,
emulate
right.
George. Yeah, yeah,
She's been doing that ever since we've known anything about this. She
yeah.
always tries to look like George. I don't know why.
I don't either.
Uh, it
Craziness.
blows my mind. Oh, she gave up the house because she thought she was going to get rich off Jeremy. I can agree with that. What about you, D?
Yeah, she had a strategy. Remember, guys, that word, strategy.
Right on, right on. All right. We got anything else before we hit play again?
Nope. Yes, have at it.
Moving on.
Her basic questions, but I also want to I want to highlight her appearance because she actually took the time to make herself look decent.
Actually did this time.
Yes. She came in, she was dressed professionally.
She did this whole bun thing that George likes. Even, see the hair over here? She mirrored George's hair completely.
Yeah, she did. And she was wearing like the tortoise green eyeshadow, and she was wearing glasses. She tried to make herself look younger by applying cover up, and did the whole nine, and had a ponytail with like
Actually
her
had
bangs
dress
hanging.
clothes on.
She had a nice top on.
She didn't claim any of that in her bankruptcy filing.
But I did notice she had all
clothes,
brand new jewelry.
Lots. Tons.
Yeah. And she was
Guys, this is something I don't understand. This woman, this isn't the first time that George and Jeremy have brought up the jewelry stuff, right? This woman's going through a bankruptcy. None of this stuff is listed on her bankruptcy. It's not like she doesn't watch Jeremy and George. Why would she continue to wear all of this jewelry knowing that it's going to get her in trouble possibly? That doesn't make sense to me. Why in the world would she continue to wear all of that gaudy jewelry when it could potentially get her in trouble? I mean, if she's trying to hide assets, why would she be flaunting them where there's a record of it? It doesn't make sense to me. Oh, it has a single white female vibe, James says. All right. Crystal. It's crazy, though, or crazy thought, disgusting too, but have known girls like that, Crystal says. Wow. I can honestly say I've never known people like that, but who knows? Oh, Mercedes-Benz morning, Marianne says. Good morning. She must have came over here. Okay. All right. We're talking about jewelry, D.
Oh, no.
Jeremy and George were talking about Lynette with all of her jewelry, and I'm like, how many videos have Jeremy and George put out where they have seen her openly wear this jewelry on camera for these court hearings, but yet she continuously does it, but has not listed any of it on her bankruptcy?
Well, that's a good question. I'm quite sure. Now, during bankruptcy, didn't she display all of her jewels and bracelets too in the camera on Zoom? Didn't that happen as well?
Yeah. It's all been on Zoom.
Yeah.
And you know that they watch Jeremy and George. So why would you continuously wear this gaudy jewelry knowing that there's video proof and you didn't put it on your bankruptcy? It's crazy. Marianne, yeah, I know everybody in chat can see Mercedes. I just can't. The only time I can see Mercedes is if she's over on my Rumble and she chats over there. But if she's over there, then you guys can't see her. So yeah, I know you guys can see her. I just can't see her.
That's interesting. The jewelry, is it under it's a shell thing? I don't know. Can she prove that the tortoises wear jewelry? I mean,
Right.
come on. I mean, even if it's costume jewelry, it still holds some value. So it needs to be listed.
Now Sharon's got a good point here. I'm waiting for LMOP to say she's got cancer.
I don't think that would happen because that would be pushing the envelope too far. I think she knows better than to
I
do that.
I think what they're referring to is the fact that she's trying to look like George. The next step is trying to mimic George by saying she has cancer. Because remember, George
Right,
had cancer a couple of times. So
right.
I think that's what Sharon's getting at.
I understand that, but I don't think it would not do her any good to do that
Be a little
because
too far.
yeah, because then people would basically wholeheartedly 100% all out ask for proof. Prove it. Prove it. So I don't think she would do that.
What's Crystal got to say, D?
If I wore even one piece of that jewelry, be a I'd have an allergy. He double eye hockey sticks, all that jewelry, I'd be in the ER. Well, maybe it's plated,
Yeah.
maybe turns your skin green. I don't know. But even if it is costume jewelry, it has to be declared because it does hold some value.
Right. I mean, look at Jeremy and George. All of this costume jewelry that they get in all of these auctions. George, I think she still does it, but I know before they got on Whatnot, they would do their Sunday auctions. Remember those?
Yep.
And she would do whole lots of
Yes.
this costume jewelry, and people they bought it like crazy.
Yep, they did. So if it holds value, it has to be listed. And it's going to be interesting when they dig into it's a shell thing and they dig into um how many how, didn't she at one time put I can't remember didn't she at one time put the it's a shell thing in her sister's name and her name and then Crook's name or something like that?
Yeah. Buff told man, cancer is scared. LMLT. It doesn't need the headache.
So
I'm sorry, D. What were you saying?
if she took and she rearranged names and whose name was on what and how many times the name was on it's a shell thing or anything to that nature, it has to be accounted for because
Right.
then that would look like she's trying to hide something. She doesn't want them to look into it. So it's going to be interesting.
You are exactly right, Lisa. The longer this drags out without any serious consequences legally for her, they are going to keep doing worse and worse and worse. Look at Lisa. You know, they all think that this is all over. It's a big joke and blah, 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 blah. So they just keep going and going and going. I don't understand it, but that's just how they are, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, she said that in the beginning of all the CPO stuff, Jessica says. I don't know what Jessica was talking about.
I don't either. Yeah, Miss Tammy, some costume jewelry can bring more money than real sometimes.
Yeah, yeah, especially the stuff that's made by people. You
Mhm.
know, I would think, I don't know a whole lot about jewelry, but I would think like a custom piece that somebody does, it might be worth more than real jewelry.
Yeah.
You ready?
Yep.
Texting while she was on Zoom. It was so obvious she was texting while she was on Zoom. But the judge didn't say anything. The judge did put her in a place for speaking and putting her on mute.
You think she was texting Fleesa, even though under oath she said she hasn't spoken to Fleesa in over 9 months?
8 or 9 months.
I haven't spoken a word to her.
Well, her answer changed. First it was 9 months, then it was 8 months. But we're jumping ahead of ourselves.
Oh, we have a tendency to do that.
So he does.
We're overachievers. That's how we get ahead of ourselves.
He asks her to spell her name for the record. And then she says to state her name, spell it for the record. And then she goes, but I go by Michelle. Whatever.
Okay.
And then he asks her how old she is. She says 63. And he asks her, where do you live? And she goes, Otter Creek, Florida, on Otter Creek Avenue. And then he asked her, how long have you lived there? She said since 2021, but we didn't move to the house. First of all, they don't have a house on that property.
House. There's no house.
She said we didn't move into the house until 2022. So she followed our our path of moving to the campground first. And then once they were able to get her property, which remember, that property was known as a dump. It was a dumping ground for decades before she bought it. But she moved to Otter Creek to save the child. Any fever can kill her, but why move on to a dump? How is that safe for the child?
How'd they move into a house in 2022 when there's no house?
There is no house. So it took them several months to even get the property to be decent, to at least move from the campground onto that property.
All right, question for you, D.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if Eli even brought up the fact that, hey, you know, she just said she moved in the house. I wonder if anybody brought up the fact that there was no house.
I don't know. Maybe that's in the transcripts. Maybe that will come out in the transcripts.
Because that could have been something right then and there that Eli could have nailed her on. Hey, you just lied. You didn't move into a house. You just pulled an RV onto a vacant lot, you know, with some junk on it.
Right. And well, not only that, they went to the campground first.
Right. Right.
So what house? A house. So and a camper is a house. I don't think that a camper is a house.
I don't either. But hey, it might be in their eyes. I don't know.
Could be.
On with the show.
But it took them until about, I think, July of 22 is when they finally moved over there. And then he asked her, what do you do for a living? And she said, I'm disabled. And he asked her, how long have you been disabled for? She goes, 2014.
2014. Since 2014, she's been disabled.
That's over a decade.
Now,
But
Crook
somehow-
told us fused spine. We didn't get why she's disabled, but I'm confident it's not physical.
No, I don't think it's physical. I mean, she debunked herself by running. We've all seen her run on the police dash cam footage. We've seen her lifting up heavy tools and moving heavy shelves when Lloyd, the disabled veteran, needed to be rescued off of her property. And so that doesn't look disabled to me. You see her carrying the child on her hip. Channel 20 News was interviewing her, and she's holding the child on her hip like it's no problem. But if someone had a herniated disc and degenerative disc, wouldn't you be in a wheelchair? Like, how can you do all of the things that she's claiming?
You would think.
And again, someone who's been disabled since 2014 in a relationship with a man who's been disabled since in his 20s, adopt a child, both living on disability, which is like limited income under $1,000 a month, makes no sense to me. So then he asks, how big is your property? And she answers 1.66 acres. You could probably do a better job of like the voice.
1.66 acres. And he goes, so you live in a luxury multi-million-dollar home, I imagine. Now, you realize this is a backhanded insult to us. By the way, we don't live in luxury. And frankly, I would have never bought $1 million home if we weren't stalked. We didn't buy a home here at Hales headquarters. We bought property that nobody can ever build around us, ever.
Right.
We cannot be stalked here. So his backhanded comment falls flat. Because until he's stalked by these individuals, which very well may happen, because now they're going to, after all of this, they're going to say he set them up, he failed them, he sabotaged them, and they're going to sue him. Well, then he's going to know what it's like to have to need a $1 million piece of property. The home was already here. We needed the property for security. And so, backhanded comment, oh, it's a luxury multi-million-dollar home, I imagine. No, sir. No, sir.
But the house on the ranch in Otter Creek, there's nothing fancy about it. It used to be a hunting cabin where 10 individuals, 10 adults lived in. And there's only 2 people that live on the house on the ranch.
What you got to say, D?
I wonder if he would be targeted by the antis if this CPO is extended 5 years with no firearms.
If Jeremy would be targeted?
No, if their attorney, Justin, would be targeted by them.
By the antis?
Yeah, because he didn't get the CPO dismissed or whatever the case may be.
Oh, I didn't even
Because
think about that.
he didn't, for $6,000, maybe more, he didn't do what they wanted him to do, which was,
Yeah, I never thought about that.
I mean, look how quickly, let's see, who did she stab in the back? That last Ohio attorney who did it, and what was his name? Crap, I can't remember his name. The one who said, he wasn't gonna put neither of them on the stand, and he told them, "It's just best to not put you on the stand. We have nothing, Your Honor." What was that attorney?
Oh, you talk about
Yeah,
oh my God, it's right on the top of my tongue.
that guy.
It's not Stark, it's not Silverman, it's
I can't remember the man's name.
he's an actual YouTuber too.
Mhm. I remember how they kinda, like, went after him.
Yeah, yeah, when he dropped the cat when he backed out of it, yeah,
Yeah.
they kind of nasty talked him a little bit. Oh, Crystal, what you got to say? I don't like how they're working the system. I have genetic issues from my dad. He's had multiple knee replacements, wire mesh base off of spine, both hips twice. And we work for what we have. Wow,
Mhm.
man.
Yep. Yep. Playing
Good
Martin,
question.
Sean Martin.
Yeah, there you go. Sean
Yep.
Martin.
Yeah, I just couldn't remember the man's name. There's been so many attorneys on that side, you know,
Shirley for the win.
right?
And Linda comes in second for the win.
Right. So
Oh,
you look at that, how they tried to bash him and name call and things to that nature. I wonder if the same thing would happen to Justin. So,
I
yeah,
wouldn't doubt it.
yeah, M. Marsh, they went after every lawyer that they had. They
Right
sure
on, right
did.
on.
So I don't see why he would be exempt from that type of behavior coming from them.
You know, Jeremy has always talked about all these lawyers that Lynette and them's had. Okay. But I don't know of any time that Jeremy has went out and tried literally messing with these guys, by trolling their whatever social medias or anything. I've heard him talk about them, but I've never heard anybody from Jeremy and them messing with their lawyers. Not like Randy's being messed with. That's what I'm trying to get at.
Right.
Yeah, people are talk about them, but they're not literally messing with their lawyers.
He has
Oh
it.
yeah, that's something that I was going to tell you. Lisa literally said that Jeremy is scared of Justin
Why?
because Jeremy's not been attacking him. He's showing him so much respect. She says that's a sign of him being scared of Justin.
I don't think so.
That's crazy.
To me, that you're being respectful. It's not that you're scared. I don't see scared on his face. Do you? Do you see either one of them being
No.
scared? No. No.
I mean, think about it. All the crap that he's had to deal with these people. It's probably nice to actually have a lawyer on that side representing those people that isn't a complete moron.
So it's just crazy. But I bet the way he framed his defense, Justin framed his defense in all of this was the only defense that he had. So
Right on.
I don't fault him on that. I just find it hilarious, the approach he took. It's
Right on.
jaw-dropping. It's like, "Wait, what did you just say?"
Exactly.
Okay.
Oh, we got Angie, St. Patty's Day, 4-leaf clover for the Hells. So good luck in court. Well, thank you, Angie. I'm sure they'll appreciate that.
So,
You ready, girl?
yes.
And so there's nothing fancy about it. It's not a multi-million-dollar home. So for him to even throw that out there makes there's no relevance because it's not in Florida. The multi-million-dollar home.
At this point, he was grasping for anything he potentially could because he was done. He was done. And Lynette is going to seal the coffin. Mm-hmm. It's a dead case on their behalf at this point.
He quickly learned that he was duped by the deuce.
Big time.
Duped by the deuce.
Big time.
And so he explained, or he asked her, he goes, what made you decide to move? She goes into her long BS story about...
We just completed a fully remodeled, beautiful home, but I was asked to adopt a baby in 2019.
Yeah, nobody asked her to adopt a baby. She sought out a child to adopt through Facebook, claimed that this was her best friend, then takes the child from the grandmother, which she brings up, says that, by the way, this fake crying starts.
And her grandma kept bringing snot-nosed kids to my home, and every kid wants to be in my home. I had to protect my baby.
Hold a second. Are you an adult or not? Because you don't have to let people in your home. So every little kid wants to come to her house. A grandma wants to come to her house with snot-nosed little kids.
To visit her own biological grandbaby?
This is on the record.
Mm-hmm.
You can say no. See, we did it. And that's where we got signs planted all around Otter Creek saying that I ARPed a baby child who would have been 3 at that point.
Mm-hmm.
They're not used to that word no. They don't like that word no.
You know, D, to this day, I don't think Jeremy has ever met this child. I know he's seen her, but I don't think in person he has ever met this child.
I don't think he has either. He's never mentioned it, so I know he's seen her from a distance, but never actually met her.
I honestly don't think, from everything that's been posted, I've ever even seen them in the same room.
I have to agree with that. I don't think I have either.
So that's where all of this, you know, that's where I draw the line when people make accusations that are that bad, you know, like the PDF stuff or the ARP stuff, you know, unless they have proof, they should never post that kind of stuff or even say it. Because it's just so damning for people. It could hurt someone, even though there's no proof of it. It could literally hurt someone.
True.
All right. What do we got here? Crystal. My Paul was World War II Army in Italy. Wow. My uncle was Navy. Okay. Oh, I think they're talking amongst each other. Okay. Let's go.
But here's where her story makes no sense. Because she said she was asked to adopt a baby in 2019.
She sought out a baby.
And that in 2018, she looked at that property, that specific piece of property, that 1.66 acre property, for her and her daughter to live in. But that...
Oh, that reminds me when they're talking about the baby, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, wasn't it not too long ago, somebody had brought up the point that she was literally trying to adopt a little baby boy before HG?
Yep.
And that fell apart somehow. I guess the mother had the baby and decided to keep it.
Right. So, and if I'm not mistaken, this could just be hearsay. Okay. Someone had, I don't remember who said it. I don't think it was a content creator on YouTube. I think it may have been a screenshot of a Facebook post that I was sent, that she was looking specifically for a child with special needs that had something wrong with them. I'm paraphrasing here, so I could be wrong, but that's what I was sent in a screenshot.
Right on.
So
Crystal, you're a
know.
good girly girl. You don't have to say you're sorry. You didn't do anything wrong. I just didn't know if you were talking to me or talking to somebody else. I was just confused by it. So you don't have to apologize. It's good. It's good. But yeah, I thought that odd. And if I'm not mistaken,
Well, he just went
I
poof.
reconnect. I'm back.
Okay. I was
I'm
like,
back.
well, doggone it.
I wonder what. Okay, that just popped up. But anyway, yeah. From what I understand, she was trying to get her grandkids at one point too.
But didn't they take them also? Didn't they remove them from her care as well?
Yeah, I do believe so.
Prior to this whole thing with HG.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, didn't one of the boys kind of take off and went somewhere, and that's how CPS got involved and they ended up taking the kids? There's a whole story about it
Yeah.
somewhere. It was a story that I think her mother gave to the newspapers.
Yes, and it happened wasn't it's something that happened at school if I'm remembering pieces of this. It's just pieces. Something happened at the school contacted her, then child services got involved, and then they took the children out of the home.
Right
Chat
on, right on.
correct me if I'm wrong, please.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Well, now JW says she was trying to get a baby boy after the girl. I don't know about that.
I don't
Uh,
either.
I do believe somebody had said she's trying to get a baby boy. I thought it was before, but knowing her, if she got HG, she was probably going to try for another one too. Because I mean, think about it. She looks at this child as a paycheck.
Yes.
That's the only thing they're looking at this kid for. Because I mean, this kid with her having this disability is probably going to be on government assistance her entire life if Lynette can keep her there.
Yeah, that's the operative word, if
Yeah.
she can keep her there. You know, what's going to happen if all of a sudden the child grows up, she becomes a teenager, then she's a young adult, and then she realizes that there's never been nothing wrong with her this whole time? How do you think that might affect her? So,
Right.
so
Kitten volunteer, late but here. Put on cabbage, chicken. Husband can't eat beef. Oh, wow. Carrots, celery, onions, added potatoes. Oh, man, you're getting me drooling here. You're getting me
right,
drooling. Oh, yes. Well, we're not going to get into food. We'll talk about that later.
right.
Because I know you and I can carry on a conversation about Instapots
Yes, we
for a
can.
while.
Yes, we can.
So we'll get back to the video.
Plan didn't work
So
out.
my daughter wouldn't live with me. Now, let me be very clear on this piece of property in 2018. She never saw this piece of property in 2018. This is a tax lien. This is a tax sale, which they're called. You cannot find that on the internet.
They're not on the MLS.
Only way you can ever find this is going into the tax collector's office. So this entire story of her contrived, I've been watching this property since 2018, would only be true if she went to every single county looking at tax records, picking it out, going, well, this one is owed back tax. Oh, this one's for tax sale. It's the only way it would be true. So you're telling me she drove 4 hours?
7 hours round trip.
Okay, 7 hours round trip up to Levy County and said, hey, can I see your tax liens? Yeah, it's all a lie. 100%. The only way to find out about it is through the tax collectors.
You know, something I can't understand, D, is why would the tax stuff even come up? Because she paid cash to the owners.
I don't know. I don't
I
know
mean-
why, but you know, when it was first out there, I guess there was back taxes that were owed on it, I'm thinking, and that's the reason why for the tax deed sales.
Dan Davis says her mother was diagnosed with Munchausen. Oh,
So they
I think
say,
I'd heard about
Yeah.
that at one
So they
point in
s-
time.
yep, I've heard that too. So they say, can't take it as the truth. I have nothing to corroborate, back that
Yeah.
up, or anything.
I don't either. I don't know. I've heard it said before, but I don't have any idea. Now, would that be something that's hereditary, or would that be something that's I don't? Is it a disease, or
I
is
have
it just how people turn out to be?
it's from watching Gypsy Rose Blanchard and all of that, it is something that the parent does to garner sympathy, garner support, garner attention at the expense of a child. So I don't know if that is something that it just happens, or if it's genetic. I have no clue.
Chucky says, according to Flea, that's not true. Debunked. Not a shred of evidence to support her argument. Oh, I don't know what you're talking about, Chucky.
Me neither.
but it sounds interesting. I would like to know what you're referring to. I really would, my friend. I think we're talking about kids here, the adoptions. I think
Okay.
that's what I think. I don't know. But Chucky, enlighten us on what you're talking about there, bud. I'd really like to know because that's interesting comment. I'd like to know what she was debunked on.
Yeah.
Environment. Mr. Kiko, I believe that Lynette has brought it up a few times that she's brought it. Oh, through no, she didn't buy it. See, that's just it. She didn't buy it through a tax sale.
Shh.
A tax sale, she would have got it a hell of a lot cheaper than
Yeah.
$22,000.
Yeah, she would have.
I mean, nobody in their right mind was going to pay that kind of money. I mean, think about it. Right across the street, Jeremy's got that church property. I think it's a half acre, I think. And I think he paid $5,000 for it.
Yeah.
So it's what, 1/3? Let's see, 1, 2. Yeah, 1/3 the size of Lynette and Crooks. He paid $5,000. Even if he'd have bought that 3 times over, it would have been only $15,000 for the amount of property she has. If he spent $5,000 on each half an acre.
Right. I think Chucky hit the nail on the head.
Oh, did he answer me?
Well,
let me
what
scroll
is
up.
yeah, what is the official story? The people that LP bought it from purchased it as a tax lien, then listed it on MLS. That's how I'm thinking that it happened. I don't think LMNOP purchased it as a tax lien.
No, what she did is she probably went to the county office, tax office, like Jeremy's talking about. I would say she probably looked on the assessor's website, found out who owned the property,
and went to them.
And yeah, she went to them. From what I gather, it's never been up for sale. Last time I looked at the records, it had passed from family member to family member several times, and then it was sold to somebody outside of the family, from what I remember.
Right.
And then she wanted it so bad, she paid way more money than it was worth.
Yeah.
Oh, that is why LMLP paid so much for the property. Exactly, Chucky. I think you're right, my friend. I think you're right. Mercedes Coop. Munchausen syndrome is a physical condition where someone pretends to be ill. Yeah, I know what it is. I just didn't know if it was like hereditary or if it's just something that is in your head. Does that make sense, D?
Yeah, psychological condition.
Yeah.
So I don't know anything about her mother. Her mother's passed. And I'm speaking to LMNOP's mom. I have no knowledge what went on in that area.
Right. All right. Let's get on with it.
Office. It's not public information online. It's all a lie.
Yep. And then said that this child had a life-threatening metabolic disorder and a fever can cause death.
She went into this spiel again.
But remember, the person that gave her a fever was Crook when they moved to Otter Creek. So how is that saving
RSV, wasn't it?
Isn't that what I said?
You said fever, but wasn't it RSV?
Yeah,
from my
it was
recollection?
RSV.
Yeah, from all of Lynette's posts, how she hates him because he did this to...
So he almost unalived the child because he thought it was going to boost her immune system.
Make her stronger.
But in 2019, COVID did it. She also said COVID hit. COVID didn't hit in 2019.
Nope. Or 2018. And then she also said under oath, get this, I'm overprotective. I needed to keep her isolated. I couldn't do that here. You see my notes right there. I was writing so fast, just trying to keep up. I needed to keep her isolated. I have never heard a more condemning statement on the record than I needed to keep her isolated. And never has Lynette spoken truer words. She is attempting to isolate this child and do horrific things. The emotional damage that must be going on behind that fence, and physical. You've seen it and heard it on police videos.
Well, not only that, you also hear it during 911 dispatch calls. Shara has testified to it that she's witnessed the abuse. And then Tina, the witness, even has heard it verbally over the phone. Her husband even heard it.
Retired cop. Mm-hmm. And Lynette states, I couldn't do that here. Now, here, where she was, is Otter Creek when she's giving testimony. What she meant was Northport, where she was. Therefore, she had to isolate this child in Otter Creek. The child has nothing to do with them moving to Otter Creek. We have all the text messages, all of the proof. We are why she moved to Otter Creek. Remember, she texted and said, there's a strategy. Yeah, the strategy was trying to get our money and a fan base to support her.
Yeah, and Kirk was going to ruin her adoption because he was rinking and campaigning, and people were wondering, why is she grifting when he could be working, and instead of campaigning for hours on end daily, instigating arguments and fights with candidates.
He can't work. He's been disabled since the 80s.
Go for it, girly girl.
Okay, here's my question. You live in a nice home in Northport. You have doctors, you have your specialists, you have everybody there that you need at a drop of a hat. You move to a place to isolate a child. What is she isolating the child from? The same thing could have been done in Northport than what she's claiming that she needed to move to Otter Creek for. And those people, the quote unquote snot-nosed kids coming to her house, that right there, I think, was just something to use as an excuse as to the reason why she moved.
Oh yeah, I think that okay, the grandmother was told that she could be part of the child's life. Okay. And I think once she got the paperwork signed, she had the deed to the child. That was it. She was going to get them as far away from the bios as she possibly could. That's just my opinion.
But didn't she also state that they could have access to her at any time? They could see her and talk to her and spend time with her? Wasn't that?
Well, yeah. I mean, I can sit here and say the same thing. D, you can come over and party anytime you want, but you live so far away. How is that going to be possible?
Right. But
I mean, this is go ahead.
It doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean? She's speaking out of both sides of her mouth.
Right. She can sit there and say the family can come see the child anytime they want. She's 4 hours and something away, if not farther. So what makes her think she knew what she was doing? She knew by moving that child, just because she says, oh, you can see her anytime you want. Well, you just moved the child to a place that's going to inconvenience the family to the point to where they can't drive that distance. Because I'm assuming this is an elderly woman with grandbabies, right?
Mm-hmm.
So how is she going to pack up all those kids and drive 4 or 5 hours to see HG? And Lynette ain't going back to Northport.
No. No. It just makes you question things more and more and more. There's more questions than there are answers.
Right.
So it just makes you look less credible. And she obviously cannot stick to her story because it constantly changes.
Oh yeah. Yeah, most definitely. All right.
But he can campaign for hours
and apparently climb up ladders.
Yeah. With
spinal fusion.
Yep. So then LP starts fake crying and she's like, I told John we have to go. We have to give it all up. Her newly remodeled home.
Beautiful, you forgot. Beautifully remodeled home.
Okay, D. I've been meaning to ask you this about this spinal fusion stuff.
Okay, go ahead.
When your discs or you have spinal fusion, I guess that's what they call it, spinal fusion. Does it mean that the discs are all fused together or something?
Yes, they use titanium hardware and screws and pins and plates to where your mobility in that area is very limited. And how I know this is because I have a family member who's had it done.
So if you have your whole spine is fused, which is what I guess Kirk is claiming, his whole spine. is fused, how would he be able to move around?
He wouldn't. His range of motion and his mobility would be extremely limited.
Because I mean,
It,
when it comes to this kind of stuff, I don't know anything about the human body, but I would think that, after what I've done in school, that, the human spine is set up the way it is so you can move, bend, stretch, in
right,
different directions.
right.
Well, if that particular muscle or that particular set of bones is fused together, how in the world are you going to do the moving, bending, squatting, all that?
You can't. My family member can no longer bend and touch their toes
Oh,
because of
wow.
the fusion, and their range of motion to the left and to the right is limited. So they have to rework their body mechanics to retrain what their body can and cannot do. It's not like, when you're 25 years old and you're doing backflips and handsprings and stuff.
Right.
You're overly limited on what you can and cannot do.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's just kind of crazy because I know my ex-wife, her niece, had that spinal bifida stuff, where her spine was like crooked,
Yeah.
and they had her in like this plastic thing that went all the way around her to help straighten her spine. And that poor child had to wear that thing for years. And thank God that they got her spine straightened up enough to where now she lives a normal life. But man, the x-rays and stuff they showed us, I felt so sorry for that child because she was very young when they put her in this big thing. It went all the way around her.
Wow.
It's like a big body. It's sort of like a removable body cast type deal, like a brace. And it was hard plastic. That kid had to be suffering. And to be that age with all that, my God.
Mhm.
Anyway, we'll move on.
I want to come to my beautiful Otter Creek property with my beautiful baby, with my beautiful soulmate, John Crook, who I hate, who's a narcissist. Which we're going to get to that.
Oh,
She calls him a narcissist.
She does.
On the record.
Oh my gosh. And he sits there and just takes it. So she went from a beautifully remodeled home where she could have just isolated the child there away from other people and germs and viruses that could have caused a fever by locking the door, right? Versus bringing the child to a vacant lot that was a dump for decades with no money to even build a home. Instead, she ended up in a shed and then somehow ended up in the camper because it became part of the care plan. So then she says that the property went up for sale 3 times. She said it was a tax sale, and then it became on sale private for only like $27,000, but tax sale was like $3,000. Do you see the huge jump there from $3,000 to $27,000? Why would you pay $27,000 when you could have paid $3,000 at tax?
Let me clarify. Anybody can figure out that it's sold at tax sale, okay? So you can find that is public information on the county auditor site. It will tell you sold at tax sale for $2,000, sold at tax sale for $3,000. Then Three Sisters, which is a company of 3 sisters in New York, actually put it up for sale when they purchased it at tax sale. You see, Lynette never knew it was up for sale under tax sale. She could get the information after the fact on the county auditor site. I can pull it up right now. That's how foolish her lies are that she backs herself into a corner with, and ultimately she's going to find herself with charges because of it.
Yeah, this is true. So then Justin, he clarifies, he goes, so the basis of your move was to isolate. Again, remember that 1.66 acre was a dump. And she even knew that. I wish that Eli could have cross-examined her and asked her if the property was a dump when they bought it. She would have said yes. She actually would have said the truth about that. So then she goes on to talk about how the biological grandma, remember the biological grandma of the child that she was asked to adopt was supposedly her best friend. Come to find out, her best friend had no clue she was going to put the house up for sale and move to Otter Creek. Doesn't sound like a best friend to me.
You know, my best friend, I know what she likes. I know what she doesn't like. I know her age. I know her birthday. I know all of her freckles. I know all of her birthmarks, her moles. Lynette doesn't know anything about the biological grandma, except she met her at a Facebook page. This is not a best friend. Lynette doesn't have friends. Lynette isn't a friend. To have a friend, you must be a friend. And she does not have that ability.
No, she doesn't have the ability to keep friends. And she's
posted it. She has literally posted that publicly.
Look at all the relationships that she severed. Look at Shara. Shara is a perfect example. Look at the godmother. She trusted the godmother, Jamie, to be the godmother of the child, and now they're no longer friends.
Which she stalked the godmother, Jamie, because of
Facebook. She had a Facebook following.
Same as she stalked us.
Yes.
Except she didn't buy property where Jamie was.
She goes on, just to clarify, or just to validate what you said, she did go into talking about how the grandma would bring over the sick siblings, because the grandma had 2 of the child's older siblings. They would be snot-nosed, and the neighbors' kids loved her so much, and they were over every day, and they had snotty noses.
So tell them to go home.
But did any of those snot-nosed kids that Lynette describes gotten the child sick? No. But John sure did with RSV. She made a Facebook Live video announcing it to the world.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, she throws Crook under the bus big time. And then her lawyer, Justin, throws the entire anti-WhatTheHales ecosystem under the bus. All of them. It was... George said it in the car on the way home. She goes, "That was glorious." I was like... It was.
It was.
It was.
Yeah, we did. It did not.
I was like, is he representing us? I think he's representing us right now. It was wild.
I wonder if we could ever use him like for future cases.
It'd be a conflict of interest.
Would it? Okay.
It'd be conflict of interest.
He's a good lawyer. I have mad respect for him.
Yeah.
Anyways, for someone that was looking for a safe place for their child, wouldn't it be important to do research?
Go for it.
Okay. So she says that the grandma to the child, right?
Right.
Then not a friend. Then it's a friend. Then back and forth with this whole friend. So which is it? Is the grandmother to the biological grandmother to the child, was she a friend, or was she just someone who was manipulated along with everybody else
That's a good question.
during this whole thing?
I don't think Lynette and Crook have friends. I think when they see somebody, they don't see somebody as a friend. They see them as a paycheck, as getting money. And when the money's not there, they move on to the next friend,
Right.
another new friend. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy.
So she's your friend as long as she can manipulate you and get you, into her little web of deceit and use you to her advantage. And then when you start picking up on things and realizing, hey, you lied, then you're no longer needed. So that's pretty much way I'm seeing how Element of He treats people.
I was thinking about this while we were listening. You think back when this child was born. It was born at the end of 2019. What happened in that time period? What happened to the whole United States in that time period?
Yeah, they discovered COVID, and then in 2020, everything was shut down, locked
Right.
down. You couldn't even breathe, basically.
COVID hit. Okay, because see, remember, guys, whenever she got custody of the child in the beginning, she was just a guardian.
Mhm.
And then supposedly she ended up adopting the child. Well, she was so worried about Crook and all of his antics, ruining the adoption. COVID was her best friend,
Yes.
because when COVID hit, it was like everybody had to isolate themselves, So think about it. That's how she got custody. That's how she got the adoption to go through, because she didn't go through in my opinion, she didn't go through a normal adoption process where they come out and they scrutinize your home. They look into your finances. With COVID, they did. I don't. I'm assuming they didn't do any of that.
I believe a lot of that was put on hold. It was basically everything was probably done via email, Zoom, things to that nature, just like doctor's appointments were all done via Zoom during that time.
Right. Right. But that's just something I was thinking about while we were listening. You
Yeah.
got any more to add?
No.
Okay.
I'm
Back
good.
to it.
Search on the county that you're living in or you're moving to.
Water quality, hospitals,
crime
medical
rates.
care.
Yeah.
If
Levy
you're-
County doesn't have any hospitals in the entire county. It's one of the poorest counties in Florida.
Does your significant other, point firearms at people, little 8-year-old girls? Is he a narcissist? Oh, she even under oath goes, we have many problems.
And everybody knows
And everybody knows it. Yeah. You know why people know it?
Because she airs her dirty laundry online. And so Levy County, it's one of the poorest counties that they don't offer certain programs or grants that she can apply for. Like, wouldn't she have done the research about that and just locked her house and kept snot-nosed kids, this is her words, not mine, from entering before making the move? Like, again, her story makes no sense and it has a ton of different holes in it. She clearly wanted to move across the street from us to use our fan base for donations, which is exactly what she's getting right now.
And she thought I was going to give her money and give her land and give and give and give, because that's what she's seen online.
And promotion of the turtle rescue, because you love turtles.
Unfortunately, because of these situations, George and I have had to pull back, and we can't do as much giving as we would really like to. And unfortunately, now we have this wall of protection around us to make sure this never happens to us again. Mm-hmm. And so I would love to be back to where we were with the innocent trust of everyone, but that will never, ever happen again. This is life-changing, and to the point where we have had to isolate ourselves for our own protection, which is why we live in Hales headquarters. If it wasn't for this, we would have never, ever purchase this piece of property.
So then he goes on to ask her about her relationship with the neighbors. He asked her, who are your neighbors? And she said,
Jeremy and George.
She names us first. She names us
Who's
first.
your neighbors? Jeremy and George. Well, what were your interactions like? Oh, they were very good in the beginning. I would give them bread for their chickens and for their pigs, and it was just great. We would text all the time about wild pit bulls, and it was just amazing.
But she names Gail, who's directly the closest to her, last. She names off Tina and says that she's known her but she didn't meet Tina until 2 years later.
Odd. Very odd.
Which isn't true. Her math ain't mathin', because she was talking to Tina end of 22 when I first met her, and they moved in 21. So that's not 2 years. And then she talks about, I met the people on the corner. Didn't even know her name. And then she said, Gail across the street. And then he asked, what was your initial reaction with Jeremy Hales? And that's when she goes into saying, it was very good at the beginning. We would message each other all the time, and we got along very well.
Well, I'm very neighborly with everybody. You want to start something with me, I can promise.
What you got to say, D?
So when Jeremy and George told them no, that right there, that word alone seems to have stirred the ugly from Element OP to do what she did. Just that one little simple word, no.
Yep.
If someone told me no, I'd be like, okay, that's fine. I hope I didn't offend you by asking. But it didn't happen that way. It didn't transpire that way.
Okay. We've seen the kind of people that help Jeremy. You got Deanna, you've got Ninja Gina, you got Dr. Crystal, you got Travis. These are people from all different walks of life. Okay. You can tell he does not judge people. Okay. So in my opinion, if she would have just took no and said, okay, it's all right. I'll just go ahead and bring the turtles, and we'll have a fun time. Could you imagine where she would probably be today?
I know, but it's that because they said no to the donation box.
Right. I mean,
That right there is what created the ugly that stirred inside of her, as as it crushed her strategy on what she was going to do.
right. But I mean, think about it. From what I've seen, Jeremy's a very generous person, and anybody that wants to help him or, and he gets along with them, he's happy to help them. If she would have just said, okay, and just brought the turtles and had a good day, man, just look at everything. She's just completely pissed away.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Because I do believe if she would have just done it that way, she might still be friends with Jeremy Hales.
Mm-hmm.
I would think. I don't know.
We don't know. So, it could have, that whole thing could have been approached differently than the way she approached it.
Or they might have grew into good friends. Who knows?
Who knows?
I mean, like I said, Jeremy's he's had people on his show from all walks of life. And I've never seen him talk poorly about anyone that's in his life. A good people that are in there in a good aspect.
Right.
Like all the people that help him and all the people that work for him.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I've seen somebody around him that comes on, this property, like the guy with the metal detectors.
Right.
He treats all these people like their family.
So it would just stand to reason that her strategy didn't go as she planned, and instead of, saying, okay, maybe if I just, approach this differently with Jeremy, maybe it would have worked out. But no, she, took it down the other road.
Right on, right on. You ready?
Yep.
You are not going to lie to me. You are not going to steal from me without there being consequences. And this was 100% pure manipulation. This is 100% stalking. The posts, the lies, the signs, and third-party contact. Yeah, we're nowhere near done. Want to think I'm petty? I'm not petty. I'm protective. I'm protective of her. I'm protective of employees. Frankly, I'm protective of the people I love.
What do you have next on your...
Well, he asked, Justin then just asked, when did it sour? And she says, well, it was roughly when, George came to the property. And she said, I was telling her very, very sensitive stuff about me and Sean. And she said, you obviously have a lot on your plate. You should give your daughter up for adoption. I told her to leave right away.
Well, my notes say that she specifically wrote... Now, mind you, her answer has evolved, and there's different words, and her answer has changed.
All over Facebook, it was George came on the property, and she told George to get the F off the property. Every time in court, the F is gone, and she told her she needed to leave now.
It soured when she offered bread, and I came onto their property, and she shared a lot of personal information with me, and that her relationship between her and Crook were rough. Because she explained to me that
nonstop.
The very first time I met her, she said she wanted him off her property, out of her life.
So what she does is she gives you a sob story for everything, hoping that you'll throw money at her. And it is freaking nonstop, and it's the most annoying thing in the world, and I can't stand it. And she texts me, and she's like, I have bread for your animals. And trying to be neighborly and trying to be nice, most of the times we just threw the bread away. We didn't give it to the chickens. She should never be even be getting it away. We found out she's getting it from the food pantry. It should be going to people, not animals. And I told George that morning, I'm like, listen, I cannot listen to her again. You got to take one for the team. Just stop over there. Just pick it up. Come back. Appease her. And she'll be fine for a couple more weeks.
There's days where I wish I never went there by myself. It was horrible.
I wish I never, ever met them in my life, let alone take the tractor over there, let alone give them my number, let alone.
She went through a whole list of complaints, how much she pays for this, that she doesn't have money for that, and this. And her whole strategy is to pull at your heartstrings and
so you give her money.
You can feel sorry for her and help her in any way that she can get, mostly financial.
And then the fake crying starts.
Yes.
And it
But
started
no tears.
in court again. And she told me I should consider giving my child up for adoption.
She said,
I love that baby more than my life. This is what she said under oath.
have you ever thought about giving the child for adoption? Wouldn't it be best for her? First of all, I've never said those words to her ever. I've never even alluded to her giving the child up for adoption. All I said to her was, it seems like you have a lot on your plate. It seems like you have a lot on your plate. So did her guilty conscience take those words and twist it in her head that I told her that she should give the child up for adoption?
All right. Now, this has come up a bunch where they keep saying that George is lying all the time. Okay, she's lying, she's changed her story. Okay, there were two people involved, right, Dee?
Right.
The conversation consisted of George and Lynette. Am I wrong?
Right.
All right. Lynette, a known pathological liar. So far as I know, George has never lied to anyone. So my question is, why do they keep thinking that people are going to believe Lynette over George?
I don't understand that either. It's crazy. It blows my mind because you can go back and you can see everything that she has said over time and how everything has changed. Her story is not consistent. It changes as the wind blows.
I don't see Jeremy and George telling her you need to put the baby up for adoption so we can adopt. I don't see that.
No.
Now Jeremy did say, and I've heard him say it several times, that if for some reason there was no one else, that child needed a family, they would. But he's not actively looking to take anyone's child. He's not actively looking to adopt anyone's child.
Right.
Am I wrong in that or mistaken in that in any way?
No, you're right.
It was never of I'm going to take the child. It was if the child needed a place to live.
Right.
Oh.
Exactly, Girl. George has never changed her story about that day. LMNOP story changes as the wind blows.
Exactly. My mom died. My mom didn't die.
Right.
Don't remove my notifications.
Too late. It's buzzing every 5 minutes.
So then she goes on to say that, or he goes on to ask her, do you have a social media presence? And she responds back, well, I only have a Facebook, a private page.
Which, at this point in time, we had a count of 13 Facebook pages. So this is another lie under oath. And she's actually been presented all of this information in Ohio court already. So she lies under oath again.
She does. So he asked her, do you have a social media presence? And she says, all I have is a Facebook private page, which is a lie because she has her turtle rescue, her tortoise rescue. She has her standing in her trash page. She also created a Facebook for the child. Why does the child need a Facebook? She's got her personal Facebook.
So there's 4 right there. More lies.
She intentionally deleted Otter Creek Friends and Neighbors page.
Because it was incriminating.
She has her marriage, her ordained minister page.
There's number 5.
She didn't include her Instagram that she still has. She has like so many social media accounts.
By the way, she created a whatnot page. Which we are already informed that she comes in and she watches our auctions. She doesn't bid. Obviously, that would be a massive CPO violation for her bidding and us having to ship. But she comes in and she watches and then she calls people and complains about what we sell and how much it sells for.
So her saying she only has one page, a Facebook private page, that was a lie. She already contradicted herself because we've seen her tortoise rescue and her standing in her trash, which she specifically told in previous codes that she only created that group to debunk his lies. So keep that in mind. Remember that, to debunk his lies. So then she talks about how you and I made a video about adopting a child.
She literally states under oath in court that we made a video on YouTube saying that we wanted to adopt our child. Now, let me be very, very clear. We want the child to be in a safe environment. We have stated, I think at one point we went, well, if we have to be the people to save her, then we would do that. We don't have a desire to add another child to our lives. Our lives are all over the place. Look at our lives. We're being stalked.
Go for it, D.
Why would she need to debunk Jeremy?
Who that?
Why would LMNOP need to create a social media account just to debunk Jeremy? Why?
I don't know. At that point in time, I was a member of that group back when she first started it. You know, I was trying to weigh what was going on, who was telling the truth at the time. I wasn't just going to take Jeremy's word at that moment. I wanted to see what was going on. And I can't remember if it was created before or after Jeremy went public. I think it was done after. Do you remember?
No, I don't.
But as far as her debunking, I never saw her debunking anything Jeremy said. All I saw her do was talk nasty stuff about him. That's all I ever saw in there.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking the question. Why would she need to debunk Jeremy? Why?
Yeah.
I mean, all she does is my stalker, you know, that was what she was putting out there on her YouTube channel, and that's what she was saying on her interview. And so, yeah, I think it was just for her to run her mouth a little bit more.
Could you imagine trying to keep up with 13 Facebook groups?
Nope.
I mean, from what I never went to any of them except for the one. But man, 13, I guess she had them on all kinds of different subjects. I think one was something to do with mothers or something, or kids with illnesses. I don't know what all she had, but I could just imagine how much of a pain in the butt that would be to try and run 13
groups. That's insane.
And then what motivation would she have? I think there was one they said that she had that was for battered mothers or something.
Why would she have that?
Yeah. Oh, I guess because of John, I guess. My thing is why are you still with him?
Right? I mean, why did you, well, basically because she probably knew that she wasn't going to be able to make it financially without him.
Yeah, that could be. That could be.
And she's, you know, staying because of the money, I guess you could say. I don't know. I don't know this woman from Adam, but
well, I mean, think about it. If you turn back the clock back to the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s is when it really started getting bad. At one point in time, people could make an honest living where the husband or the wife, one of the two of them would work and the other one stayed home and took care of the house, you know, back then.
Right.
But I think around the time the 80s were starting to really kick off is when a lot of parents had to start both of them working.
Mm-hmm.
So it takes two incomes. You can't do it hardly on your own anymore. No. Most people anyway. It takes a lot. It takes two incomes because a lot of people like to live above their means.
Yes.
I don't know why, but they do. Anyway, I don't know. I don't know why she does what she does. I think we're going to pause it here for the day, and we'll pick up tomorrow on this. We're only 30 minutes into this.
Oh my gosh.
This thing is an hour and a half long.
Wow.
You up for round 2 tomorrow?
Sure.
All right. I'm enjoying this. I think the chat's enjoying it. Oh, Torhild. Here's my support for the day. Thank you, Torhild. Thank you so much, girly girl. So what you I done lost train of thought now. Torhild scared me. What'd you think, guys? We'll pick it up again tomorrow. Yeah, I enjoyed this.
Yeah. Catching a lot of stuff that I didn't like, catch the first time I watched this, because
Right.
there was a lot in this one.
Well, I think when we first watch these videos, we're so excited to just hear what they have to say. We don't really comprehend everything in the moment.
Right,
But then now that we're going back and we're actually listening to talk about what they're talking about, where we're seeing and hearing more than what we usually do.
right.
I like it. What you do? What you think?
I do too.
MrCoop, thanks for the great stream. Mercedes Benz says, you are most welcome, girly girl. Matter of fact, I can pull that up there where people can see it. Where did it go? They can't see her in the chat because she's over on Rumble right now.
Mhm.
But I can put it on the screen and they can see her. That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
Everyone, have a great rest of the day. Thank you, Tammy. I think we're going to burn out of here, and we'll pick up with this in the morning. Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right, guys and gals, you know I'm on Monday through Friday from 11 to around 1, and Dee has been so gracious to hang out with us today. Y'all give her a big round of applause and tell her thank you for coming by.
Well, thank you for having me. I really enjoy
Oh, it's
discussing
a
yeah,
pleasure.
I really enjoy discussing this because, it seems like every day that's something new with LMNOP.
Right, right. There is. I mean, every time I watch one of Jeremy's videos, it's like some of the stuff is the same, but a lot of it you pick up breadcrumbs that you missed.
Mhm.
And
Exactly.
I've enjoyed myself today. Really have, really have. All right, guys and gals. Dee, you want to tell them bye?
Everybody have a wonderful rest of your day. If it's cold where you are, bundle up. If it's warm, wear those flip-flops.
Matter of fact, what has it even gotten up to today? I know when we were live a while ago, it's only gotten up to 56 degrees so far in Florida, and it's afternoon. Wow. So
That's
I
be
know you guys got to be cold.
Yeah, we're only at, we're at 48. No, I take that back. We dropped 2 degrees, we're at 46.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
All right, guys and gals, I will see you guys in the morning, first thing. Thank you all for coming in and hanging out with Dee and I. It's been a pleasure. Thank you, everyone that sent super chats and memberships. It's always greatly appreciated. And with that being said, old Coop's going to say, Coop out.
Bye, everybody.